Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Immortals. It's a movie starring Henry Cavill, aka Superman, as well as Mickey Rourke, aka Whiplash from Iron Man 2, as well as one of the better characters in Expendables 1. It also has John Hurt, aka the voice or the lips guy from V for Vendetta, Stephen Dorff, aka the big bad vampire in Blade, and then Luke Evans, who also played a vampire, but in Dracula Untold, as well as a number of other movies that you've seen him in. He's an excellent actor. So, what I liked about this movie is pretty much everything. I really liked the stylization that they had because they definitely went not quite to the 300 level of like graininess, but they clearly had a slant to how the things were lit and how the environments were built and everything else. Like, there was definitely, it's a stylization because it's the story of how the legend of Theseus came to be. It's not exactly accurate to most tellings of Greek mythology, but I don't care because I liked being like, oh, so that probably is where like the Minotaur thing came from for various people, and that was kind of neat. And just how they incorporated things that I could see leading to becoming part of legends in the Greek mythology was a lot of fun. Also, they had a lot of excellent actors. Henry Cavill is always a win. Mickey Rourke, he just really, really leans into his King Hyperion, and I like that. I thought that, they could have gone a lighter route like Troy and those kings there, but he just leaned into it, and I appreciate that he did that, and I thought that it was really good. John Hurt was fine, and then Stephen Dorff, I liked his character in this. I also like Stephen Dorff in general. I think he does an excellent job. He was really ripped in this one, so that was fun to see. And Luke Evans is always a win. So it was great. And what I will say is that, while they did have the stylization, they don't quite meet 300 in terms of that side angle slow-mo. You remember what scene I'm talking about if you've seen 300, where they just had that like continuous shot of the guy like flipping around and just like it'd speed up and he'd just slash and then it'd slow down as he hit this like really big thing and then it continues speeding up again. So they looked like they tried to duplicate that at one point in this, and it does not land as well because they go a little bit higher speed, like a little bit less on the slow-mo. But I think that's to disguise just how much of the hits were the bad guys going, pausing, and then getting hit by our hero character. It's okay. Once you notice it, it's hard not to. But in the moment, I think the first time you watch it, / if you hadn't watched this review, I think that you'll enjoy that bit. But really what I tune in for this movie, like, I enjoy the whole of it because, like I said, that stylization, how they have the story, the pacing, the CGI, like the color coding, if you will, all of that is excellent. But the final fight sequence is just so amazing. It is what 300 and Pacific Rim and like everyone else wishes they could do with a slow-mo fight scene. It is that amazing. I will rewatch this whole movie because it's good, but just to get to the final fight sequence, because that is how amazing it is. It is just positively beautiful, and I love it. So I'm a huge fan of it. I know that there are some people who are not as much of a fan of, because of how they kind of bring in certain other Greek mythology things and they change things up to not exactly match. Like, for example, and you see them right at the beginning, Titans are supposed to be gigantic things that, swallow whole things whole or whatever. And in this case, the Titans are about person-sized. And the thing is that I'm okay with that because they use it to good effect. And that's why I don't mind the retelling. I liked Gods of Egypt because they just leaned into it and how they interpreted that. Same thing with this one. They have their own interpretation of how legends get born. It sort of reminds me of Nicholas or Klaus. Klaus, I think it's on Netflix, but it's that Christmas movie that shows how legends of Santa Claus related things are born. And this does sort of that same thing of kind of laying the groundwork for a lot of those, while still being really interesting. So yeah, I liked it. I think that if you're looking for 300-esque slow-mo awesome fight scenes with strapping shirtless lads, then you have come to the right movie. I've rewatched this movie a fair number of times, again, mostly for that last fight sequence, but in general, it's a good paced, and I enjoy it. So, yeah, 2 thumbs up. Give this movie a shot. But, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.